attention.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Voltas presents Cricbuzz live at the halfway stage in this Chennai Hyderabad game that's happening in Chennai. Pat Cummins won the toss and put Chennai into bat. They made a few changes in their team, got a little infusion of young blood. It worked a little bit. Devol Brevis, who was playing his first game for Chennai, scored 42 of 25 balls. Young Ayush Mhatre got 30 of 19. Harshal Patel for Hyderabad picked up 4 wickets, 2 for the captain Pat Cummins and 2 for Natkat. Chennai have kind of stumbled, raced, fallen. They've done a few things in those 20 overs, but have got to 154, which is a very deceptive total, Polly, because if you had watched a certain spell of play, you would have thought, oh, they're going to get 200. Then a certain spell of play, it looked like they were playing a 100 game. So it's been an interesting 20 overs of batting.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you kind of don't even know. You need to go in the dressing room and say, well, we've got the runs on the board, because 154 is a little bit better than just the runs on the board. The nature of the surface, if you have good spells in the middle, New Armoured, maybe he has an impact. If they strike and get some wickets up front, and the frailty of SRH, you would say it might just be something. But I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it was nearly enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought the young blood in. The young blood scored 30 of 19 and 42 of 25. Right? So let's add that. 42 and 30, 72.
Yeah,
72 of 44 balls. So what have the others done? But like in all large organizations, the old guard dictates.
So they have scored 75 in 76 balls. The rest of them.
82, no?
75.
72, no? These two?
Oh, sorry, 75, add
82.
another 5. So 80.
Yeah, about 80. It's
Around
okay.
80 odd in 76 balls.
We'll rid you of your...
Run a ball, basically.
Yeah, we'll rid you of your tensions and just round it off to 80.
No, I have no tension. There's no shirt off my back. No money in my pocket. That's good. But essentially, it just tells you what we kind of jokingly spoke about at the beginning of the game, which is that they have half a side, which is fresh-faced, wet behind the ears, no beard on their face, kind of baby faces, young guys, and then slightly older lot. And they've literally displayed that today.
Is following CSK this year a bit like following Manchester United in the Premiership?
Is there a United fan here? Oh, there's a United fan here.
Hope springs.
No, my question was wrong. Are you still a United fan?
We're in hope of Champions League football. What are you talking about?
Okay.
We've got to win a couple more games and we could win the Europa League.
Aren't you 14th on the table?
Yeah, well, if you're going to be not winning, you might as well finish up 14th. No, that is the strategy there.
But I just wonder, I mean, this innings never really took off, right?
Yeah.
And it just meandered along. The batter was picked to get a move on was 9 of 13 until he got a nice juicy waist-high full toss.
You're talking about Deepak Huda?
Yeah.
Who's come to bat at 8, isn't he?
Yeah, of course. But
so there's just, again, the same thing. But again, you're gonna pack it with batters. You'll always be a little confused when to send out who. But again, it was surprising to see Devol Brevis that low down as well. We were thinking he may come to open or bat 3.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy with his debut.
Very happy.
Won't be upset with that at all. I think it also goes down to mindset, to be brutally honest. You know, the rest of the team know, okay, we can't get into the knockouts. So the kind of season's pointless in many ways. Whereas the 3 guys who've performed are the 3 guys who think, I couldn't care whether we can get into the knockouts. I couldn't care whether we can do this. Is my opportunity to play. And I just want to see ball, hit ball, and try and make an impact on this RPL. And that mindset, that fresh mindset seemed to have paid off. But they wouldn't have given up hope. I mean, they're going to be thinking to themselves, 154, it could be competitive. But Brevis, they played some nice shots. I think he would have been a bit concerned at one stage he's going to get run out. Jadeja was like,
stage? At one stage?
Yeah.
At like
Every
multiple
ball.
stages.
Every ball. But I'm looking forward to seeing how SRH go about this.
Yes.
You know, the thing is, I think they should get it. The only way of ever qualifying is, firstly, they have to win all their games. But secondly, they have to improve their net run rate. So the same approach must be applied. You just go out and you whack
You think they'll go boom, boom, boom? Or
You
will
got
they say, let's just get the 2 points?
No, I think they can't. If they go play the other way and be circumspect about what they're trying to do, I think they'll get themselves into bigger trouble. So
Is there the fear they go boom, boom on the surface and suddenly are 25 for 3?
I mean, they've done it 8 games, so I doubt if...
But what I would say is, we said at the Combox, the first 5 or 6 overs looked like the best time to whack it.
Yes.
Because the ball looked like it came on nicely. And then all of a sudden it started to stay down a little bit and it was a little bit more difficult. The slower balls were more effective. So I think their plan is perfect on these conditions. Go hard and get off to a fast start. Also, when you look at the bowling of CSK, it's like, well, okay, you got Khalil, you know, Will Curran maybe bowl.
Khalil, Kamboj, Patirana and Curran.
Patirana doesn't like the ball in the first 6.
No.
But they don't even bowl Patirana in the first 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes he comes in only in the 11th over. They like to kind of bowl him for the majority of the back end, and there may not be a back end of the innings today.
So they'll start with Khalil and Kamboj.
Yeah.
And just see if they want to maybe get an over from Jadeja in, maybe one from Noor, maybe.
Noor, I'm really impressed with Noor. I think he's a fantastic bowler. We saw him in South Africa, and he was like the leading wicket taker at one stage. But the key to him, right? The key to him is it's when you look at the wickets that he takes. So I think in that tournament he might have had 15 or 16 at a certain stage. I think there were 5 or 6 bowled and 3 LBWs. So the way he goes about picking up his wickets are genuine deliveries. It's not caught on the fence. Yes, you get the odd one, but it's like, and then I'm talking about, I think of the people he cleaned up. I think there was 3 or 4 South African internationals that he knocked over. Markham was one of them. I'm trying to think who the others were. I can't work it out. But it was proper deliveries, and they didn't pick him. Bowled through the gate, LBW trapped in front. So his variations are unbelievable. I think he actually, as I said in the other night, he performs better in this RPL and in the leagues than he does for Afghanistan at this stage. You know, I think maybe being surrounded by Rashid and Nabi and whatever it may be might put him under a bit more pressure. But here, I think he's thriving.
I loved how he said he doesn't get really caught on the boundary here, and you can see suddenly Polly the bowler came out. Suddenly,
no rubbish wickets.
I've got to get them out. LBW caught behind, whatever. No, you know, sometimes people get a hat trick, and they're all of miss hits caught on the boundary. That's no hat trick. Come on,
Wicket's a wicket. Wicket's a wicket.
I'll have my Roy Keane moment where you say, this big celebration when you get him caught in the fence. I'm not having it. It's your job. It's your job.
Today, Harshal Patel did his job. He picked up 4 wickets today. You don't care how they come. You pick up 4 wickets. It's always a happy day. That was 28 runs. That would have looked better if not for that one error of his, which that waste high full toss, which Deepak Huda hit for 6.
Oh, I thought you were going to go down the drop catch.
Yeah.
And then almost broke his finger. Almost broke his finger. Didn't come back on.
Yeah, that would have not been his wicket. but still, that was a... we'll talk about that and then we'll come to the catching as well. But him with those 4 wickets, 28, he'll be happy with that day. That was a good day. His kind of surface, he used it well.
Yeah, he does. I mean, his variations, we all know about them. And he's got a very cool mindset about when he comes on these days. You know, nothing kind of gets him fussed. He's done that back end of the bowling, the death overs, the pressure times to bowl. He's done it so often now that I don't think he has any sleepless nights. I think anyone who's coming new into the RPL and gets thrust with that responsibility might be a bit fearsome. But he just goes, I've got my variations, I'm going to deliver them on the day. If it works, I'm happy. If it doesn't work, so be it, it'll be another game.
But he always picks up wickets. He's now again climbed up the purple or orange?
Purple.
That's how much I care for it anyway. He's always climbing, he's always taking wickets.
Yeah.
And it's primarily, I think, because he bowls at the back end where a lot of wickets are taken. And also where those variations, you know, you don't pick a slow ball, it goes up in the air, you're caught.
Yeah.
So just to take off on Polly, how many does he get bowled LBW? How many does he get caught in the deep?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. At the end of the season, he's got his wickets. So he's a value for money pro.
But he's different. I mean, with those variations, when they're coming hard, you actually want people to get caught in the deep.
Correct.
The other irony is that we're talking about the purple and the orange cap. There's a lot of SRH people walking around with the orange cap on.
Yeah, but none of them with
But
the
none of them
orange
because
cap.
of the right
That's
reason.
The leaders. Yeah, that's right. They just all decided to get their own orange
Orange
cap.
caps, yeah.
And a lot of them we were backing to change their orange cap for the other orange cap, and that would have the team agnostic orange cap, the run score orange cap, but that's not happened. I just want to talk about the catching because Paulie and I touched on this in the com box, saying we've had 113 odd dropped catches
115, yeah.
in this tournament. And then suddenly Vanindu Hasaranga, Kamindu Mendes, still on last night's show.
Same country.
Kamindu Mendes takes that catch, which has made me pop his name out of my head.
Yeah, it's a proper one. And the thing about it is to try and keep your head balanced and level for that period, because you're now all of a sudden into a full sprint that you charge into the left. And then to set yourself, the other good thing he did is he went with the two hands. You often see people do the one hand. But it was a sensational take. It was a proper. He's a great cricketer, isn't he? I mean, he's left-handed. It wasn't to his strong hand because he can.
They're both his strong.
Yeah, both his strong, and so he got them there.
Yeah, he got both of them there.
Pretty good.
The great thing about that catch, because he was running so fast, your inclination is to push the ball away.
Yeah.
Because your force is taking you in that direction. So those catches where you're running very fast are almost the more difficult to pick than the catches that go very high. So it's a fantastic catch. I said two hands that way, fantastic catch.
Yeah, that was bizarre, really. It was a bizarre moment because we all thought it was going to be a 6 or a 4, and suddenly this guy just kind of plucks a rocket out of the air and just holds it. It was like one of those cartoon films where he just...
It was actually interesting. They focused in on Pat Cummins, and just from his facial expressions, as it was going there, it almost looked like he had believed it was going to go to the boundary.
Yeah.
And then he was almost more surprised that the catch had been taken. And that's how good it was. He probably thought it was going to be past him. But it was spectacular.
Yeah, I think all of us had a little cartoon film eyeballs pop out kind of moment when we saw that. In fact, Pat Cummins picked Kamindu Mendes up at
How's
the
his
time.
back?
Yeah, I hope it's all right because he had picked him up, almost hoisted him up in the air. The rest of the bowlers, we'll just have a quick look at what Hyderabad did. We had 4 wickets for Harshal Patel. Of course, he was the pick of the bowlers. Muhammad Shami got an early breakthrough. He bowled his 3 overs. Jaydev Unadkat got 2. Pat Cummins. So it was, you'd have to say it was a decent day, Harsha, for most of the bowlers.
I mean, just to highlight what you said about Harshal Patel, what the figures would have been if he hadn't bowled that no ball 6. He's bowled 14 dot balls.
Brilliant.
Which means, other than that, take that away, that's 21 runs is all he's conceded otherwise. So 14 dot balls. I actually like Pat Cummins too today.
Yeah, Kamindu Mendes was pretty good too. He was 2 overs for 6 runs. He went that 1 over of 20. I mean, in the context of the rest of the innings, that was the real skyscraper.
3 sixes, I think, in that over.
Yeah, there was plenty in that over, but otherwise he bowled his... We spoke about this as well. He bowled his 2 overs and they were really tight. He was not... And he got Jadeja out, didn't he? So he got that wicket as well. It was pretty good.
So is he a better right-arm bowler, better left-arm bowler? I think better right-arm.
He's probably more consistent with that one.
The right? The right? Wait, today was all left, right? He didn't do any right?
No, he bowled right too.
He bowled right
He got
as
the
well?
wicket with the right hand.
Okay.
Into the pads.
So confusing. Because, as I say, he's his own impact player, so you have no idea who's playing now. Which guys come in. All right, with Hyderabad, we know who's going to come in and we know which way they're going to play, right? Travishek, as you like to call them, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. The only solace for Chennai when they're planning this is they've got 150 on the board and they're continuously reminding their bowlers that this batting lineup can get 280 but can also get 140. They can also be 24 for 4 in the power play. They are a house of cards. You just got to make sure that you're a gust of strong wind.
I think from a spectator's perspective, there's 2 things. You're going to watch for the dew, whether it's going to have an effect. And the other thing is after 6 overs, you know who's won.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's how it'll be. They'll go hard. If they come off, you might as well go home. If they don't come off, you're probably going to win.
Yeah.
It'll give us a very good idea because their hard approach hasn't come off yet. So it'll be interesting to see whether they say it's not coming. Let's just temper that a little bit.
Do you think they will?
Or do they say, Usain Bolt doesn't say, I'll just run 10.8 today and just ease myself. No, you're a certain kind of player. You're Head, you're Abhishek, you're Klaasen. So I'd be very interested in seeing how they go about the power play.
I'm just thinking that because the score is so low and there's no scoreboard pressure, they can still tell the top order batters, that the top 3 at least, that go the way you want to. And if we're 2 down, if we're 3 down, then we have enough time to knock it around and we can get...
Also, they got the extra batter with Cummins today.
Yeah,
They've got the extra, they're playing the extra batter today.
We have enough time to do that. And Travis Head comes in. So do you think that could perhaps be a chat that let's just play how we are? When we're 3 down, we'll worry about it. Maybe then we may get that elusive plan B out.
Yeah, very much so. I think they'll identify roles. And we know that the two of them at the top of the order, they actually play better when they're just trying to be free and free-flowing. So I don't see them changing. But I think that Mendes definitely does give them a little bit more depth. And I think Klaasen, I mean, I don't think he's got less than 20 or whatever it is for a long period of time. He keeps being consistent.
And now he's got a big score behind him too.
Yeah, so, I mean, if he's probably been more adept at being able to change his approach this year. We know South Africans, we've always watched him and thought, he kind of in these T20 games just comes in and goes to 6th gear and kind of stays there. But he's had to adjust because of the way the team's underperformed. So if they do get into trouble, I think he's probably pretty well rehearsed on just being able to bat and get them over the line.
They should be able to do it though, right?
Yeah.
Hyderabad, I know their batting's been in a bit of trouble the last few games, but they should not.
If they don't get these runs, they'll only get the chai. They won't get the chand biscuit.
Ah, that's right.
Only chai. Wo bhi 1 by 2.
Yeah, we have to tell Polly what that is. This is a Hyderabad thing. Chai chand biscuit. You know what a biscuit is? You've been in India long
biscuit?
Yeah,
That's
correct.
right.
Yeah. That's just an English version.
No, but Hyderabad biscuit bolte hain.
It's biscuit. In Hyderabad, it's biscuit.
Biscuit.
And chai, you know what chai is? Chand is
In
the moon.
Hyderabad, you're supposed to get good biryanis.
No, but
Yeah,
this is... Chand is the moon, so get a biscuit in the shape of a moon.
Dip it
So
in
there's a
tea.
Usmania biscuit, there's a Karachi biscuit, bakery biscuit, whatever.
There's
a
a half
Chand
moon biscuit.
Half moon biscuit. That's right. That's called a chand biscuit.
Chan biscuit.
Yeah, so basically you have a chai chand biscuit. So chai, you get the chand biscuit, dip it in it, go. So what he's saying is if Hyderabad doesn't get this, they only get the tea, they don't get the chand biscuit.
Ah.
They're not
only
getting
half
that.
tea. Only half tea.
Oh, that also just half tea.
Only half.
Ah, geez, that's brutal, man. That's how easy we think this chase should be. But with Hyderabad, as I always say, you never know because this season they've given us 140, they've given us 280. They give us a 24-run power play and they give us a 55-run power play or 85-run power play. So I don't know what to do. If you were to guess?
I'm going... They're trying to get...
Hold the press.
1 out.
Hold the press. Abhishek's out.
So I'm saying they're trying to get 60 and they're getting 49.
You know, I'll tell you what. We'll give you a point if you can get the captain to come after the show, even the next 2-3 days, whenever, and say, how many were you trying to get? Like, honestly, tell us. What were you trying? Doesn't matter what you got. And if he says 60, we'll give you the bullseye.
Done.
49.
You're going 49. I'll go 57.
I was going to go 50.
Travis Head's still
I
gonna
was actually
smash
going to go 58.
Okay. No debate. Stay on 58.
Yeah, so I haven't changed it.
Who came closest this time? Are there any points for coming closest?
Yes, absolutely. Fake points, but we'll give them to you.
So you get a half biscuit from Hyderabad.
Nice. Half biscuit, no chai.
Exactly.
That's good. He gets basically things are so bad that he gets the half of the half moon. It's a quarter moon for him. All right, well, that's all we have time for right now. 154 is all Chennai has got. Can Hyderabad pick these 2 points up? They need all the wins now, 6 out of 6 for a chance to qualify. Both these teams do. They're both at that position on the points table. If you see they're number 9 and number 10, one of them will try to crawl out of this position today, and get to 6 points. But yeah, things are pretty tight for both of them. So there we go. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over for Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. From Polly, Harsha and me, GK, it's thank you for watching Voltas presents Cricbuzz Live. Bye-bye.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ Hyderabad Express Nayagati Station, Netaji Bhavan.